Hello, my dear students. Welcome back again in the language class of Standard 12. My dear students, I discussed about proposal writing. I discussed about the directed writing, only one part, that is report writing, and other items also I will discuss in my later videos. But today I am here to discuss in details about the composition writing. So for standard 12 students, it is of 25 marks, and for standard 11, as already I mentioned, that 11 a bit changes has taken place, change has taken place, so it will be of 20 marks. But for standard 12 students who are going to appear board examination in 2021, they will get 25 marks for composition. So it is of length is 400 to 450 words. In this particular question, it is question number 1, you will be getting 5 to 6 topics, and among these 5 to 6 you have to attempt one. Like you will be getting descriptive writing, narrative writing, argumentative writing, reflective writing, expository and imaginative. So in this class I am going to discuss one by one. But before starting any one particular, I want to discuss about how to attempt a composition. So to attempt a composition, first you have to select a topic. Now my dear students, very carefully you listen. For selection of the topics, as I told you that there are almost 6 types. 6 questions you will be getting, and among that 6 you have to choose only one. But that selection portion is actually very, very important. My dear students, often it has been observed, especially whether it is standard 10 or whether it is standard 12, mostly children lose marks in composition writing. So, for selection of the topic, you must know certain formula or certain ideas. Like first you should know that what are the exact facts about the topic. Suppose you are choosing among 6 any one. While you are choosing, you should know, you must quite aware of the exact facts about the topic. Then what are its advantages, disadvantages, what are its real features, what are other types of attitudes towards it, and what is its spatial history. So if you get the answers of these questions, if you ask yourself while choosing the topic, so and you think that yes, I know enough about it, you choose that particular topic very safely. Second one is plan the matter. And in planning, you should keep it in mind certain points. Remember that a good plan always be fluent and very efficient. Also, it must be grammatically error-free English. So, your plan should be based on your theme, that theme which you have chosen among these 6. The theme should be clearly relevant to your topic and understood by your reader. Sustain your theme throughout your composition. You can arrange your ideas in any logical order, like in order of importance or in order of time, its advantages, disadvantages, that means pros and cons of the topic, or any other sensible order. Then you will start the composition, and while you are starting the composition, a very good tips I am going to give here. You have to remember a formula, that is TOODS, means state your theme, begin with an opinion or a proverb, because you are in standard 12. So your composition will be best if you start with a proverb or an opinion of somebody. Begin directly with action. Use a dialogue as an opening line, or in between also you use dialogues. It will enhance your quality of writing. And then summarize. Next comes and remember that this composition will be of 5 to 6 paragraphs, an ideal composition. Each paragraph may consist of maximum 10 lines, and one is opening, another is concluding. So among these 5 to 6, one is opening and last one is concluding paragraph, and these 3-4 paragraphs will be your body. And the conclusion, remember that beginning and conclusion, very, very important. So conclusion, while you are you are writing that particular paragraph, come to the climax, repeat one any of the point if you want to discuss, which already you have discussed earlier, but if you want to stress more on that particular point, you can repeat. End an action with a concluding year. End on a futuristic positive approach. Give a thematic end. Now some general idea I want to give you before starting each and every one. Full stops must be clear in your writing. Wherever you need to write capital letters, make it distinct. Do not memorize written compositions. Always, you remember that memorization cannot give you a good result. Be courteous to your readers. Readers means who are the examiners who are going to check your copy. And you know that this particular group will be of 30 to 65 years of age, means the teachers who are going to check your copy. So be courteous to them. Don't express any strong political views or any proper names, any particular person's name don't express. Don't attack women. Don't criticize any religion. Avoid choosing the controversial topics. Choose a simple topic to understand. Choose a topic that gives you ample scope to write about your own surroundings. Avoid exaggerated statements. Do not be irrelevant and highlight the significant points and quotes. So, next I am going to move to the next slide, and the first topic, that is descriptive composition. So, descriptive composition I am going to discuss here. It is actually an objective representation of factual ideas. So, what are the things you are going to get over here? You are going to get about animals, plants, foods, towns, buildings, zoos, libraries, aspects of nature, like waterfalls, flood, character sketches of famous personalities, books or movies, any history book or fiction stories, machines, cars, aeroplanes, like. So remember that descriptive compositions run the maximum risk. So be careful while choosing, if you are choosing. So actually, this description requires a very careful and sensitive approach. All your five senses must be used to make your description vivid and detailed. So, it will immediately arouses the interest or attract the reader. So, a dull, lifeless one cannot attract your readers. Give due importance to both significant as well as the minor details. Whatever the topic will be given, every details may be significant, may be minor. You have to insert in that descriptive composition. And in this, suppose, for example, I am giving you a question. You recently visited a hill station. Write a vivid description of your visit, or describe an event you in your write like description, give a vivid description of your room in simple but clear words. Then describe the career you want to choose and tell why. So these are the certain things you will be getting in descriptive writing. Now next I will be moving to narrative composition. So narrative composition, actually it involves a subjective account of an event or a series of events from our point of view. And what are the points to remember over here? That planning an interesting plot. You have to plan an interesting plot. Then you choose the characters. Very important. Characterization is very important. Create realistic characters. Remember, you should not choose certain characters which you have seen in a foreign surroundings, Indian surroundings, because you are in India. So Indian surroundings, in your local surroundings, you give the character's name very popular name, means very colloquial names, which are not, means, so that the description will be very lively. Then the setting, attractive setting you have to make. Use appropriate dialogues and a mood. Install a particular mood and considering a certain aim. Now students, dialogues, when I started I told you that insert dialogues. So suppose Narrative composition games describe an experience of your first day at school. Mm, uh, or suppose narrate an incident when you had a narrow escape from the robbers. So you are narrating an incident. And in this way, suppose you are going in a cold winter night, you are in the car with your father, your elder brother is also there. So while returning back from the factory, actually you have gone to the factory. I am just narrating in short. So how you will insert the dialogues that I want to point out over here. So suppose so you saw a light and you saw you got a hurdle in while coming on the way, so you stopped your car, your father stopped the car, and suddenly at the gunpoint one of the person said, get out of the car. So this get out of the car, you can put inverted comma and put a exclamation sign and write. Then again, you can write, don't act smart, said the man. Suppose that man said, or you said something. So I said, like that, comma quotation. In this way, you can, using putting comma quotations, you can insert. But don't fill up the entire composition with dialogues. Many a times when I say to the last year, I observed that when I told the students to insert dialogues, the entire compositions they have made in dialogues. No, 2 to 3, not more than that, so that it will be more lively. Next, so this is narrative compositions. Next comes argumentative compositions. So that means a debate. Now this debatable topic, it is actually, we can say that argumentative and discussion topics occur. You should be very careful about your approach while attempting such a composition. So your tone must be assertive but not dictating. Never dictate, and touch a humor to your arguments. And remember that first paragraph, no doubt, as I points to remember, I have written, at first decide you are for or against the topic. But while you are deciding whether you are going to write for or against the topic, you have decided, but you are suggested also to, because you are in standard 12, if it is a standard 10, you should touch, a standard 10 students should touch one point, one part of that topic. That means either for or against. He or she must not start the double side of the coin. But you, for you people, you consider both sides of the arguments fairly, but lend your consent only to one. Give fair argument for both the sides, but you lend your consent only to one. Your personal opinion or feeling about the subject in question must be stated in the concluding paragraph. So your personal opinion, it will come in the last, that is in the conclusion. And what are the other things? That identify and analyze the important features of the argument, then organize, develop, and express your ideas coherently in sequence and forcefully. Sequence must be maintained, and support all your arguments with relevant examples and reasons, relevant day-to-day life examples, or somewhere a real life incident you have witnessed it, so you can give over there. But avoid giving particularly any person's name, or any proper names should not use, or any political parties you should not. Then support all your arguments with examples and conclusion. Conclusion, again I am pointing out that in the concluding paragraph, your personal opinion you may give about the topic. In conclusion, concluding paragraph, don't give before that. So this is argumentative composition. Next comes reflective composition. So reflective compositions, what are the things you are going to get? Habits and manners like punctuality, heroism, virtues and qualities like honesty, wisdom, talent. Then sentiments and emotions like love, happiness, fears. Then values you are getting like discipline, patriotism. Then attitudes, beliefs, doctrines, among these you will be getting confidence, liberty, equality. Like women, suppose a topic has been given, the value of computer education today, give your views on the topic. So I told you in my first, when I started the class, that you give a proverb or a dialogue. So for this, suppose necessity is the mother of invention. Holds very true for computers, because computers were invented as a result of man's search for a last and accurate calculating device. So with this particular quote, necessity is the mother of invention, we can start this particular composition where it is given the value of computer education today. Give your views. This is reflective composition. Now, what are the points you have to remember? Think over the subject. Repeatedly you think whether really you are able to clarify that top subject or not. Weigh your ideas and their relevance, then arrange them in descending order of importance. Descending means from upward up to low. And then keep in mind that the impression you want to create. Mentally solve a problem the subject may involve. Test the value of your thoughts, maintain unity in the matter, avoid irrelevance at every point. Every point when you are writing 5 to 6 paragraphs, you must remember how to avoid the irrelevance. So, the paragraphs must be joined to each other and the ideas must be very much relevant. So, next, this is reflective writing. Now, next comes expository composition. Now, this expository compositions, actually it is an informative account which requires an objective as well as subjective approach in order to expose a reality to the reader. And for this, what are the actually the rules to deal with these particular topics? First of all, adopt clarity of vision by sticking to one viewpoint only. So, the clarity must be maintained. One point. You can't move here and there. Then logical in your statements, justify them as far as possible. Use your five senses, very very important, to handle shapes, colors, sounds, orders, test, but most importantly, use your conscience to tackle the feelings. This will make your composition lively. Remember that it is often regarded as more difficult to write than the narrative or descriptive, because such a composition requires that a student must have in-depth knowledge of the issues involved. Therefore, you are advised, it is my kind advice to you people, attempt it only when the facts and figures about that particular subject which will be given in your question paper, you are very much sure about it. Like, it may come like dreams, strikes, unemployment, India's population problem. So, these are the one word, corruption. One word topic mostly you will be getting in expository composition. So, whether you are very much sure about that, then only you start attempting this. Otherwise, don't do that. It is my kind advice. Next, imaginative composition. So, imaginative composition, it is a original short story writing. There are various types of story writing you might be getting in this particular item. Like, you may get in the question paper a story with a given title. Then also you may be getting a story with a given introduction or conclusion. That means the introductory line will be given or the concluding line will be given. Rest you have to imagine. Then a story with a given number of characters. Characters will be given. And now you to arrange in a story. Then an autobiography may be, or also an account usually begin with like, if I were the prime minister, if I had this. So this is hypothetical. So this type of things you may be getting in story writing. Here also certain points you have to remember. Like, you must stick to the dimension of the topic. You must not move here and there. The main point, very much focused actually. Your main point is to set the flight of your fantasies in the appropriate direction. First, plan your theme. Your imagination should be powerful enough to appear practical, sound, sensible, and also be credible. First, plan your theme. Then, you should answer how, what, when, where, why. These WH questions will be, which may arise in the mind of the reader. So, all WH questions will be solved over here. And you must maintain the unity of time, place and action. Suppose a story starts in the laps of Himalayas, then it ends in the banks of river Ganga. Often we find when the children are writing the stories, there is no coherence with the place, time, and action. So please be remember. Last, and also you remember, your characters must not be caricatures, they should be human and like living figures. Okay, very much human figures. Like mm, a story, suppose a question came, write a story ending with I couldn't even say it was me. So now with the ending line, concluding line, again you may get write a story which has its title. Earlier I told that title will be given. You have to adopt it in stories in with your imagination. So these are the all 6 types of uh, composition writing which you will be getting in your question paper. I hope it is clear to all my dear students. Thank you.